Hey thrill seekers, ready for an adrenaline rush that'll leave you breathless,
No, God!
even from your favorite armchair?
No, God, please, no! No!
Goosebumps, shivers, and pure excitement guaranteed.
No!
Because especially for you, we have collected the coolest and even a little bit crazy attractions from all over the world. So, are you ready to get into something out of fear? Then, let's go.
No!
500-foot bridge. In China, people love extreme bridges. You've probably heard about one of them, made of glass, which scares many impressive tourists every year. But it turns out that we managed to find its competitors. Of course, this bridge is much shorter than its 300-meter transparent brother, but the sensations from it seem to be just as exciting. Each brave man who decided to walk along this bridge is protected by insurance. And this is not an extra measure at all. The fact is that you will have to walk at a height of 200 meters, and sometimes even jump. The beams from which the bridge consists are located at different distances, from 50 to 120 centimeters. You can jump up to 1.5 meters, when right under you is an abyss, sometimes even foggy. Believe me, it seems easy only on video, because even the most stable tourists sometimes get nervous here. One wrong move, and you're already flying down. You don't fly for a long time, of course, thanks to the safety cable. Some, by the way, are so afraid to cross the bridge that they walk in pairs, well, or stand in pairs. And there is also a real risk of losing your shoes, because there is no safety on it. X-Scream. Having arrived in Las Vegas, you can tickle your nerves, not only by making a few stops at the casino or deciding to repeat the plot of the book. If all this entertainment is not for you and you want something really scary, then welcome to X-Scream, one of the most extreme attractions in the world. On the roof of the Stratosphere Hotel sits a ride that's part swing, part slide, and fully terrifying. Below, 264 meters of absolute emptiness and a gorgeous view of Las Vegas. But you will most likely not be up to beauty and selfies against its background. Forget about likes on Instagram. An open slide in 8 places, fixed to the edge of the roof, only seems strong. But if you are an X-Tram lover, take your place, and it suddenly breaks off, almost rolling off the rails. Do not worry, the attraction stops in time, but only in order to lift the car and then almost throw it into the abyss again. So, a few times, try not to scream. Volcano boarding. Everyone knows about ordinary surfing, but what about the volcanic one? Let's answer the obvious question right away. No, lovers of this sport do not conquer the waves of lava on the boards of increased strength. They go down the active volcano. Such a descent is possible only in several corners of the world. One of them is located in Nicaragua, in the León department, where lovers of volcanic surfing go down the slope of the Cerro Negro volcano, whose height reaches 728 meters. This 150-year-old active volcano erupted about 23 times, and less than 20 years have passed. Beneath the cold black volcanic ash, you can still feel the heat of the fiery mountain below. But there is no time to touch pebbles. X-Trame lovers sit on boards, usually made of metal or wood, grab the rope tightly, and the descent speed along the slope, the angle of which is almost 45 degrees, reaches 86 kilometers per hour. By the way, organizers of such entertainment claim that the most common injury during volcanic surfing is a light sprain, almost an allergy to volcanoes. The fact is that a person going down the slope at high speed raises a bunch of small dust and stones, which can irritate the skin, so it's better to keep your mouth shut. But they say that the impressions of such surfing are simply amazing. Would you like to have a ride? Furious Baker. Phew, American slides. What's so amazing about American slides? But don't rush to conclusions. The Spanish attraction. Furious Baker is unique in its own way. It was the fastest in Europe until August 2009, and although it has already lost its title today, the attraction still has something to surprise X-Trem lovers. How about the ability to accelerate from 0 to 135 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds? This acceleration exceeds even the acceleration of a free fall. For 850 meters, X-Treme lovers are running, diving in the tunnel, dangerously tilting, almost diving into the water of the lake. Watch your feet feet. By the way, instead of the usual wagons, the creators have designed a slightly different moving part, and people literally fly in the air. What do you think? How many shoes did the tourists lose on Furious Baker in 12 years of its existence? Zip World Velocity. Flying over the abyss is a pretty scary activity in itself. But what about flying with your head forward when your hands are tightly pressed against your body? By the way, you can try this kind of entertainment in Wales, Great Britain. Caring instructors will tie you up with a bunch of safety belts, show you what to hold on to, and now you're not a human anymore. You're a rocket, a supersonic warhead if you want. Fortunately, the helmet also includes a special flight suit, and although on the way you will definitely not meet a single wall, who knows? Also, everyone who wants to fly over the mountains of Wales is given special glasses, and it is a very bad idea to refuse them. The fact is that in this attraction you can easily accelerate to 161 kilometers per hour, and your eyes probably won't like it very much. But what gorgeous views there are! True, there won't be much time to enjoy them. The whole flight lasts less than a minute, although the distance exceeds 1.5 kilometers.
Yeah!
That's what speed means. Terror Ducktail. You probably know that lovers of sharp sensations do not stop at anything and travel around the world in search of adrenaline. If there are such among you, we are ready to show you one place from which your hair will definitely become smoke. The Terror Ducktail attraction guarantees you that you will be satisfied. The extreme place is located in the Winds Mountain Park Cave in Manitou Springs, Colorado, where you will be able to enjoy an epic 200-foot free fall into the Williams Canyon. So, are you ready?
No, Jesus Christ.
First, you will be raised to a huge height on the edge of the cliff, and then you will fly at a speed of about 100 miles per hour.
Whee!
And don't let the name scare you. Despite the fact that it looks like a well-known species of dinosaurs, the attraction is absolutely safe, as the reliable mounts will not let you slip out at the moment of emotional tension. By the way, during extreme skating, you will be able to enjoy the views of the canyon and appreciate their beauty. Well, if you're not too dizzy to notice, roller coaster zipline. What will happen if you mix trolleys and American slides, then place the results somewhere in the forest and show it to tourists? It looks like something like roller coaster zipline. However, you will not be able to make a dead loop on this unusual attraction, but you will get a lot of adrenaline. First of all, the speed of movement is not small, and secondly, there are trees all around, and you can convince yourself as much as you want that the track is designed so that no one crashes into anything, and you have a strong helmet on your head, but it is much more difficult to deceive the brain. And don't forget about the sudden climbs, during which you will be thrown up and down at high speed. It's not very scary to fall, the height is not very high, but what an effect. They say that it is very difficult, and although in this case you will be supported by insurance, but just imagine this instant awareness. Great attraction, Royal Rush Sky Coaster. Royal Rush Sky Coaster is located in the state of Colorado above the Royal Canyon, at the bottom of which flows the Arkansas River. The height of the attraction above the ground is 30 meters. Above the canyon is more than 350 meters. It would seem, what are all these terrible numbers for? The fact is that those who want to get their share of adrenaline firmly fix it with numerous insurances, then raise it with a special mechanism and let go. At the most unexpected moment, you find yourself in a state of free fall right above the canyon. But fortunately, a strong cable holds the fans of the extreme from the sad consequences, and they remain to swing over the abyss while developing the speed up to 80 kilometers per hour. They say that the less scary option is the classic bungee jumping. Wait, less scary? Seriously? Flying in weightlessness. Each of us, at least once, flew in a dream and woke up with the feeling how great it would be to experience something like this in reality. Alas, no one has the Superman's power. But in fact, you can arrange such a flight without fantastic gadgets. There is a real chance to soar in the air in the state of the most real space weightlessness modeled on board the plane of the laboratory. No magic, the most ordinary physics. To catch the state of weightlessness, the plane as if makes a slide in the air and inside the cabin. For a short period of time, all objects lose their weight. An unforgettable feeling. By the way, in the same way they shot the OK Go music video for the song Upside Down and Inside Out. If you haven't seen it, be sure to watch it. Huisheng Cliffside Path. If you can't live without sharp sensations and just dream about a new portion of adrenaline, then the extreme attraction on the Chinese mountain, Haosheng, is just for you. Braves who want to prove their own fearlessness, as well as people who dream of getting rid of the fear of heights. Believe me, if you can walk along this mountain path, you will forever forget about such a phobia. The road along the steep, vertical rocks. Here, you will not be provided with any railings and fences, only rocks, planks, metal pins, chains, and steep stone steps. By the way, if you are thinking about the safety of the attraction, do not worry. Insurance is put on each tourist, and the flow of visitors to the dangerous mountain road increases every year, which means that everything is fine here with safety. The very chains that can be seen in all photos and videos were screwed to the mountain quite recently. Cool gadgets, technologies of the future, amazing inventions, and other cool features associated with technology on the Snickerstorm channel. Like what you saw, we've got more mind-blowing tech, wild inventions, and jaw-dropping attractions right here on Snickerstorm.